Heaven Burns Red has released their most anticipated game event yet, a crossover between Key's Rising Star RPG and a classic favorite among Key and anime fans, the Angel Beats collaboration event. Even if you're a fan of Angel Beats or Heaven Burns Red, you might not realize just how special this collaboration is. This crossover event isn't just fan service, it's the spiritual continuation of the Angel Beats story fans have been waiting for. Jun Maeda's way of creating the Angel Beats visual novels he never got to make. Many thanks to Yostar for giving me the opportunity to work together with them on providing you this video. Note, this will include full spoilers of the Angel Beats collab event story and the original Angel Beats story. For those that need a refresher, Angel Beats is a 2010 original anime series written by Jun Maeda and produced by PA Works. Set in a mysterious afterlife high school, the story follows Otonashi as he wakes up in this strange world with no memories of his past life. Immediately, he meets Yuri Nakamura, the leader of the Afterlife Battlefront, an organization dedicated towards fighting Angel, a quiet and mysterious girl who they believe to be an agent of God sent to erase them. Now, despite how serious it sounds, many people, myself included, fondly remember Angel Beats for being a pretty funny slice-of-life comedy full of wacky hijinks. A story that would eventually turn super emotional with its character backstories and the latter half of the show, ultimately turning into one of the most popular anime among anime fans at the time. If you watched Angel Beats, I'm sure you have one or two favorite moments in here. This success and popularity sparked interest in creating more Angel Beats material, leading to a prequel manga series and even a visual novel adaptation. Angel Beats' first beat was planned to be the first part of a series of visual novels that further expanded the story and explored more of the cast. However, unfortunately, the planned mega project ended up being cancelled due to complications and Jun Maeda's health conditions at the time. Minor remnants of Angel Beats would appear here and there over the years, but fans eventually concluded that they would never see a continuation to Angel Beats. That is, until interest was stirred in the appearance of an Angel Beats collab event in Heaven Burns Red. A collab event that I would say is a perfectly acceptable sequel to the original Angel Beats story. And in order to understand what makes this event story so special, we need to see how it honors the original, starting with lots of cheeky references and gags. The story begins with Ruka waking up in a mysterious underground tunnel, with her quickly meeting Yuri and Kanade and informing them of their mission and the cancer. For fans who've watched the anime, you'll quickly realize that the place that they're in is the underground hallway leading to the guild, the place in Angel Beats episodes 2 and 8 where everyone, comically, gets killed off one after another. As Ruka and the cast makes their way to the surface, you'll spot references one after another. The baseball game, which refers to Hinata's passionate hobby, the dog toy devices, which are Shina's notable weakness, the improv skits, a direct reference to the ending preview sequences of the anime episodes, and they even make a reference to Second Beat, which is both funny and cruel at the same time. Now, the entire Angel Beats cast isn't in here, just Yuri, Kanade, and one particular girl named Irie, and they get along well with the 31A squad. What's really nice is that this is set in the world of Heaven Burns Red, not Angel Beats. So, Yuri and Kanade get the opportunity to have some fun, to go out shopping, to play around at the arcade, and to enjoy some sweet drinks. Remember, they were stuck in the Afterlife High School constantly fighting each other. Yuri actually was sad she didn't have more time to hang out with Kanade back then. So it's nice to see these girls relax for once, with no stakes. Yuri and Kanade get to interact with Ruka and the girls in comedic skits and just play around. After all, this event takes place after Yuri and her friends moved on from the afterlife. They should have moved on to their next lives, so then why are they still here? Yes, there's lots of fun comedic moments with references sprinkled here and there, but this is also a great story that builds upon the themes and messages of the original Angel Beats. And it all centers around the focus character for this event, the docile, timid drummer of the band Girls Dead Monster, Irie Miyuki. Irie still has some leftover regrets, and it's up to Yuri, Kanade, and the 31A squad to help resolve those issues, in order for her to fully pass on into the next life. In the original Angel Beats story, Irie and some of the band members never received much character development, and it's here where we get Irie's full backstory. She opens up by talking about her time as the president of the student council. She and the other council members are called in to address a growing panic among the students, rumors of Satoko, a summoned ghost said to be wreaking havoc. They decide to put the matter to rest by attempting the ritual themselves, but midway through, they stop, failing to complete the summoning and failing to send Satoko back. Not long after, strange occurrences begin to unfold. One by one, the council members start becoming unwell. As the members start to disappear, Irie starts to panic and grow restless from the increasing anxiety. Then, on her way home at the train station, she feels a tap on her shoulder. Before she can even process it, she panics and jolts forward into the path of the oncoming train. A tragic death, one that perfectly fits in Angel Beats. At its core, Angel Beats is a story about young adolescents who passed away early with regrets and found themselves in the afterlife. Over time, through the cast's adventures in the afterlife, each character gradually opened up about themselves and reflected on their lives. That said, not everyone simply accepted it. Yuri, for example, chose to wager war against God, subconsciously refusing to let her past go. She was determined to land one good punch on God, believing that they were responsible for giving her such an unfortunate life. But in the end, with Otonashi's guidance, everyone was able to accept their lives, achieving what they needed to do and move on into the next life. Angel Beats walks us through their personal journey to acceptance, through seeing their feelings on the matter. Irie is a kind individual who, even despite arguably being the victim here, could only lament about the student council members for the regrets they now have. But while her feelings are important, yes, the event story, Where the Cosmos Blooms, decides to take a different approach to this by shifting the focus to her student council members, living in the present day but struggling to move on from Irie's death. We see this in the second part of Irie's backstory after the group discovers the Cosmos flower patches. Irie tells Yuri and Kanade of a dream or memory she saw that happened in between death and her arrival in the afterlife. We see Irie's soul lingering by her grave as she watches and hears the student council members grieving in the days following her death. As the story continues in lapses of time, we see their guilt start to consume them. They start blaming each other. They eventually fall out as a group, and one by one they succumb to harmful and dangerous behaviors. Despite Irie urging them to live for their sake, they can't escape their feelings of regret. That burden of guilt transforms people, making them act in strange ways. Some become depressed, some become listless, and some even lash out in anger. Cases shown for both people in the afterlife and the living. But just like how those feelings and actions of regret are the same between both groups of people, the feelings and actions of acceptance are also very similar. Right when everyone is about to hit their breaking point, Shinosuke, the one person Irie hasn't seen until now, steps in. He yells at them to stop blaming Irie and themselves, reminding them that she wouldn't want this. They push back, saying, "How do you know what she wants?" And that's when he confesses he had always watched over her. Irie was his first love. While the others lost themselves in grief, he kept going to create a place to honor her memory, surrounding her with a sea of cosmos flowers. It's Shinosuke's moment that forces the other members to face reality, where despite the unfairness and pain of it all, he gained the perseverance to continue forward and eventually became that person to spread that message to others. Acts very reminiscent of certain people in the afterlife battlefront. The situation may be different, but the message and ideas are the same. This event story brings back the same emotional punches that made Angel Beats so powerful. It doesn't just explore similar themes, it delivers them in a very similar fashion too, leading to the story's most impactful sequence. Irie's friends disappearing one by one, just like in the Angel Beats final ED sequence. The same fantastical and bittersweet love confession from the devoted lover, all while Ichiban no Takaramono plays in the background. The story writing is great, but these specific elements plus all of the nostalgia make this moment hit even harder. What I originally thought was just a fun crossover event, one that focused on one of the many side characters in Angel Beats, turned out to be a great continuation of the show as a sequel. A great deep dive into an unexplored character with all of the original heart and soul of Angel Beats. It's been over 10 years since I've watched Angel Beats, and I have to say, anyone who's a fan of the show has to go out and read this. Again, many thanks to Yostar for providing me the opportunity to work together with them on providing you this video. Now, let me ask you, what was your experience with Angel Beats and your experience reading this collab event? If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend checking this next video over here. And finally, Yostar, I'll be looking forward to the next Angel Beats collab event.